Okay, so I am holding my yarn double, so you get both ends of your yarn. One will be in the middle through right there, and the other one will be from the outside. And we need to make a slip knot. So you just make a loop and then you grab the other yarn on the bottom. And then you grab your hook. I'm using size I. My hat turned out huge. I'm gonna have to start over. I'm trying not to cry about it. But anyways, before you go too far, you need to make sure that your hat is the right size. So she says to do, let me get this straight, 10 centimeters, which is to there, and it would be 17 stitches. Mine is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14. And mine needs to be 17. So there is 14 stitches that fit in my 10 centimeters when 17 needs to fit. Therefore, me using the size I hook, which she says to do, is not going to work. It's too big, so I need to go down.
I'm going to try size F.
Okay, so anyways, that's how you do it. I would check before you go this far. And the reason why I'm doing the yarn double is because she does say it's a chunky yarn and mine's worsted weight. And also I read from other people that have done this that it holds its shape well with 2 strands. Okay, so now that we have our slip knot, we are going to chain 2. There's 1, and there's 2, and this is how I hold my yarn. Now it says to 10 single crochet in the first chain. So we go through not this one, but the first one, just like that, and then we go through it, and then we wrap our yarn around, and we go through both of these loops. Okay, that's 1. Now we're going to go through the same hole, the same chain. Okay, grab our yarn and pull it through. Okay, go through both of them. 1, 2. Okay, and so we do this 10 times. So you can count and see how many you've done. 1, 2, 3. And then it's going to make a circle all the way around this. Okay, now that we've done 10, we are going to join in the beginning stitch, which is these 2s. Okay, so put your needle through your hook, and then you pull your yarn through, and then you put it through there. Okay, so now it's joined. Yay! And now for round 2, it says to chain 1. So we chain 1, and then you single crochet 1 and chain 1 in each stitch. So we're going to go through our first one, single crochet, and then we chain 1. Okay, so let's go through the next one. We single crochet, and then we chain 1. Right? And we go through our next one. We are single crocheting, and then we chain 1. Okay? And so you're going to have an increase of 20 stitches. keep doing this till the end of the row. Okay, so I have 18 so far. This is my first one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 18. And then this is my last stitch to go through. And then we chain 1. Okay, and then it says to join a beginning stitch like we did last time, which would be this one, the first one that we counted. Okay, so it says to slip stitch into a chain space, which is basically what we were doing before, but since we single crocheted 1 and chained 1 in 1 stitch, it makes a little hole. And so that's why it's now called chain space instead of going into a stitch. So we are supposed to slip stitch to our first one. So this is our first space, and we slip stitch like that. Then we chain 1, and then we go through the same chain space and we single crochet 1, and we chain 1. And now we go to our next chain space, which is past this little V, and we go here and we single crochet 1 and chain 1, and it says times 2, so we do it one more time. Go through again, single crochet 1 and chain 1, and then there's the asterisks where we're supposed to start. So single crochet 1 in the next little hole, which is called chain space, chain 1, and then we find our other one and we single crochet, chain 1, and then we do it again, go through the same hole, just like that. Okay, and then you should have 30, so we start counting from here. So we'll see you at the end of round 3. Yay, we did 30! And now we are supposed to join into our first stitch, which is this one. Okay? Now we slip stitch to first chain space, which would be this one right here. And it's basically doing the same thing as round 3. We chain 1, and then we single crochet 1 and chain 1. So now we need to find our next space, which is right here. So we single crochet 1 and we chain 1 in that one. And now our next one, which is right here, we repeat that twice. So single crochet 1, chain 1, go through the same chain space, single crochet 1, and chain 1. Okay? And so now for our next one, we single crochet and we chain 1. And we do that in the next 2 spaces. So that was our first space. And then we find our next chain, which is in between these 2 V's. And we single crochet, chain 1, and then we go through this one. We do that twice. Okay, and then you just repeat from the asterisks, and then we should have 40 stitches at the end of this. So single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, and then do this one twice. Okay? Okay, have you guys gotten the hang of it? The rest of these rows are the same. You do the exact same thing. It's just depending on how many you go through. So you guys can do it from what I've showed you. You just need to read the pattern and see if you can do it. Alright? The tricky part is though, is joining. Which one to join? Do I join in this one? Do I join in this one? So it's the one that would make it even, you know. If you join through here, it would go down and then there would be like a little bump. So this is our first stitch and we're supposed to join for row 5. Okay? Alright, you guys can do it. Okay, so I joined in the round. That's where I ended. And now I'm going to be doing the stripe. And so I'm going to put my needle through our first stitch, and then we grab the yarn and we put it through our remaining open stitch. Okay, and then we are supposed to chain 2, and now we just double crochet in each back loop. So we put the yarn over like so, and we're going through the back loop, so we go through right there. Okay, and go through it. Now we go through the middle 2, and then we go through the last 2, just like that. Now let's go through the next stitch, just through the back loop. Okay, and then you go through our first 2 loops, put the yarn over, go through the last 2. Okay. Last time. Okay, so I just did 90 stitches of double crochet in the back loop. And now, it doesn't say to do this, but I think it'll look better like this. I am going to join with the black yarn in that first little space. Now we're done with the black yarn, and let's get our regular yarn and let's join just like that. Okay, and now we are going to go through the back loops only again. So let's chain 1, and then we are going to single crochet. So this is the back loop, and chain 1. Okay, so now we skip our first stitch, and then we single crochet 1, and we chain 1 the next stitch, and we do this 3 times. Skip, that's 2, we skip, and that's 3. And now we skip the first stitch and we single crochet 1, and we chain 1, and we do this 2 times in the same stitch. Single crochet 1 and chain 1, and now we skip the first stitch, and then now here's our asterisk part. We single crochet 1, and we chain 1, and then we skip first stitch, and so we do this 3 more times. Okay, and then we skip our first stitch, and now we single crochet 1 and chain 1, and then we do it one more time. And then we skip the first stitch, and so you just repeat the asterisks. Okay, now I'm going to join in the beginning stitch, and then I'm going to find the first chain space, and I'm going to slip stitch into that. And now I chain one, and then I single crochet one and chain one in that same space. And that's what you do in each of the spaces. So our next one would be here. Single crochet one and chain one. You do that in each of the spaces. So we skip this one and we go through this chain space. Okay, so we skip this one, obviously, and we go through this hole. And that's what you do for rows 2 and 3.